Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Hello darlings, I hope you are doing great today. Welcome back to my channel, My Classroom General English. This lesson video is going to remind you once again of kinds of narrative text before you are moving on to your material on senior high school about narrative text. So, do you still remember when you were in junior high school when you first learned narrative text? I believe you were in class 9 and then you were introduced to fairy tales. Yes, actually it is according to your K13 syllabus, Kompetensi Dasar 3.7, which says membandingkan fungsi sosial, struktur teks dan unsur kebahasaan beberapa teks naratif lisan dan tulis dengan memberi dan meminta informasi terkait fairy tales. Oke, pendek dan sederhana sesuai dengan konteks penggunaannya. So, fairy tale here is definitely stated in your syllabus. So, I can assume that everybody here is already familiar what narrative is, what fairy tale is, along with the example titles of fairy tales. Now, however, despite of the real kompetensi dasar stated there in your syllabus, some of you may also have been introduced to other kinds of narrative text. Those are like fables and folk tales. And then that time you began to wonder what's the difference between the three now. Fables, fairy tales, and folk tales. Okay, before you know the answer, today I would like to add two more. What? Two more? Yes, they are traditional legends, our own traditional legends, and then myth. And now you have 5 of them. And I will try my best to show you the differences between them along with some examples of titles or characters. Are you ready? Let's continue. Now please have a look at this slide over here. It is showing us again the 5 kinds of narrative text. They are fables, fairy tales, folk tales, legends, and myths. So from fable to myth, I think these are all arranged purposefully as they are trying to show us the strength of the story, the moral value or the teaching for us. So the more you are moving to the right from fable to myth, later on you are going to sense the difference, you are going to sense the strength of the content of how it is being delivered. Now let's talk about it one by one. Let's start with the fable. Okay, the fable is very distinctive actually because it involves talking animals, at least one animal, probably maximum 3 animals. And if you notice that the title is taken from that animals taking part in this story. According to this, the story is usually short, but then it still holds very valuable lessons about life. There was one famous fabulist and storyteller coming from Greek. He was Aesop. Go ahead, browse in the internet who Aesop was and then try to find out more stories coming from Aesop. That will be useful for you. Now let's move on to fairy tales. You know, fairy tales, you know this, right? It is a story coming from a long time ago, coming from magical land, ruled by royalty, in which you want everything nice that happens there to happen, to exist. That's why it is called make-believe stories. What are the nice things? Those are like the fairies, of course, the magic, the kingdom, the love, the true love kiss. What else? The princess, the prince, all the beauty, all the handsome things, the marriage, the reunion, the happy ending, you name it. You want that to happen, right? Truly happen. Well, at least with the characters. Now, what about folk tales? Whereas folk tales, according to this, is a story has been told a long time ago, the same thing. Okay, so this is This is really the story which passed on generation to generation, so you can imagine how old that is, right? So what makes fairy tale and folk tales is different. If you are not satisfied with this description, okay, let me put it this way. What makes the two different, right? Fairy tales and folk tales. Okay, let me see my note first. Now, according to this, what makes them different is actually in fairy tale is the presence of fairies and magic itself. The fairies, who all by means created such magical things for the main characters in the story and finally give it a happy ending. So you see, a happy ending, that reunion, that marriage, okay, that happy ending is really necessary, happens in the fairy tales, whereas in folk tales is not. So you see the difference now? Now, what are the example titles of fairy tales? Okay, these are so famous. Remember Disney? Remember that cartoon movie coming from the Disney? That is actually examples of fairy tales. Those are like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Peter Pan. Do you remember that? Rapunzel, the girl with really long hair, okay? The Frog Prince, Thumbelina, even Beauty and the Beast. Yes, you still remember them. Now, what about folk tales? Okay, I'm going to mention you, and then probably some of you will get so surprised because, oh, that is folk tales. I thought it is a fairy tale. Okay, let me mention it. Folk tales are like Little Red Riding Hood, the Pied Piper Hamelin, Jack and the Beanstalk, Jekyll and Hyde, Hansel and Gretel, Ali and the Merchant of Baghdad, the Little Match Girl. You know, it's kind of sad about the ending coming from the story, the Little Match Girl. You know, Baba Yaga, yeah. Also stories about vampires, werewolves, even dragons. Now, those are folk tales. So, can you feel the strength? You see, folk tales do have more weight inside the story, how it is told, how it is delivered. It is true then, folk tales had been told from generation to generation. Now, about the legends, which later on we are going to focus on your material in senior high school. To distinguish legends and other narrative is that in legends, it has manifestation that you can still visit up to now, that you can still see up to now, it still exists there up to now. Those are like temples, Borobudur temples, Roro Jonggrang temple, and Pari temple. Also lakes like Toba Lake and Nyai Bagendit Lake. Others are like Samosir Island, Bali Strait, Mount Tangkuban Perahu, and the story about Cianjur, the city of Cianjur. So, can you feel that? Yes, those are legends with manifestation that belongs to legend. Now coming to the strongest narrative, belongs to the myth, according to this. Why it is the strongest? Because I have 4 reasons over here. Number 1, because it gives you the reasons for natural events. Those are like the formation of rainbow, rain, thunder, sea, the formation of the world and the universe. It explains why it happens from the beginning, okay, who involved in that formation. The second one, because it involves not only human, but also God and goddess. So there will be some kind of powerful kind of things, okay? Number 3 is because the story is rather longer than the rest of the narrative. The characters somehow are related one to another. So they are like family. I'm going to show you later on the examples. The last one, it surely provides valuable lessons, but it is so strong that it can be a belief to a certain group of people. Okay, a good example is the Greek mythology. When you know the story about Mount of Olympus, the highest ruler is Zeus. When you get to know the family tree, you'll find the other familiar characters like Hercules, Hera, Poseidon, Athena, Apollo, Ares, Aphrodite, and many more. Okay, whereas in Germanic mythology, okay, you know, according to this, I have noted some of the names, but not too many. Coming from the Germanic mythology, you know Thor, okay, there's a movie about him. Odin, the father. Sif, the wife. You know also Valkyrie and Magni, etc., etc., etc. Those are related one to another. They are like family. Okay, what about Indonesian mythology? In our own culture, we do have such mythology. Okay, here you know Ajisaka, Brahma, Wisnu, Shiva, Dewi Sri, Barong, okay, Nyai Roro Kidul, okay, that is mythology by the way. Gatot Kaca, Nyi Blorong, okay, that is also mythology. Ratu Adil, also perhaps you know Garuda is a mythological creature. Now, another famous mythology coming from the land of India. You know Mahabharata? Yes, that is a very good example, yeah, where you get to know the Pandava brothers, Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesha, and many more. Okay, so I think those are all the basic differences of 5 kinds of narratives, from fables, fairy tales, folk tales, legends, and myths. I hope this answers your curiosity. Please leave me a comment of what you think about these differences. Perhaps you would like to add some more. Just go ahead. We're going to share everything there in the comment, all right? When you understand this, I think you are ready to move on to the next material about narratives. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being in the entire lesson with me. See you in the next lesson video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Bye-bye. Stay motivated.